Here's a game you can sink your teeth into. Bloodrayne was a brand new franchise by Terminal Velocity, which not only received a sequel, but also 3 horrible U-Bowl films. Technically, it's a crossbreed of hack and slash with third-person shooter, trialing the two for a wicked action-adventure game filled with vampires, zombies, and Nazis. Does it work? Yeah, I think so. Protagonist is a woman called Rayne. She's a rather remarkable woman because she's, well, a Dhampir, which is sort of a half-breed vampire with fewer weaknesses. Opening in 1933, Rayne becomes the member of the enigmatic Brimstone Society, working against her seemingly spiteful father's intentions of world conquest and all that jazz. Without throwing spoilers all over the place, the entire story is somehow connected. Rayne will battle through the ages, specifically eliminating paranormal threats and stopping the Germans at work on acquiring long-forgotten powerful artifacts. Think of her as B.J. Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein, but as an unstoppable Dhampir. Now that I mention it, if you have played any Wolfenstein game before, that's pretty much the story you're gonna get. It's progressed through small cutscenes during the levels, which are all skippable, so there's no downtime on the gameplay. It's just a typical world conquest theme, and you're a vampiric James Bond, acting as a one-woman army to thwart their plans.
We have located
Bloodrayne is a fairly average-looking game. The level structures are simple and basically limited to fields and the interiors of castles. One thing that strikes me as odd is that glowing effect. To this day, I have no clue what it is. It's also in Prince of Persia 2 Thrones. It's a sickly gamma effect that causes the game to look too bright in areas. The colors are all out of whack. Maybe the contrast was screwed up, I don't know. Fortunately, the animations really do save some grace when Rayne brutally mutilates an enemy, slicing their individual limbs off. The gameplay is the overall reason you play Bloodrayne. Why? Well, for me it was something unique. Rayne likes to switch between a barbaric melee style of combat where she executes a series of deadly combos to tear enemies apart, to a gun-wielding maniac approach, blasting Jerrys and whatever else apart. Killing the weapon-equipped foes allows you to pick up their guns and use both styles of fighting to your advantage. It's unbelievably fast-paced too. On the harder difficulty level, you have to time all of your actions precisely and dodge bullets by jumping around like a maniac. In this way, Bloodrayne performs a little bit like Max Payne. Not only do you dodge bullets and attacks by jumping out of their path, but you can also slow down time, limitlessly in fact, and you can watch some seriously sick slow-motion murders. Rayne has 4 powers gained through play, which allow for slowing time, aiming in third-person mode, which is actually really screwed up on PC for some reason, seeing through walls to head to objectives, and to go into a fury destroying everything. Only the rage power requires you to fill this bar up, which is done by getting inventive with proud body parts. I'm not kidding when I say this game spares no expense in letting you tear things into 2. The final thing to watch for is health. It's completely regenerated by feeding on humanoids. This makes the game a little easy at times since many foes are powerless to stop Rayne from draining their 6 liters. The officer enemies attempt to block it but can easily be blindsided, or you can just grab things with your hook. On level design, here's the interesting thing. The first act takes place in Louisiana. It's almost unlike the rest of the game actually. It's a repetitive series of levels where you save citizens from houses. I don't really know what they were thinking when it came to designing these, but it really kind of throws you off quite early into the game. Once you get over that short act though, it completely changes into the game I described above. Then the music. Well, I think it's good, but it's really too soft. You have to turn it up in the menu to benefit the most from it. But it's a very nicely put together techno soundtrack accompanied by some creepy choir voices. Sounds a bit like Command & Conquer music. Bloodrayne is a pretty good game because it not only features Nazis and vampires, but also it has a simple and fun style of gameplay putting bullet and blade together, but I wouldn't go so far as to call it great. The opening levels and odd graphical nausea caused by the predominant glow are real dampers here. I still really enjoyed it, and at the moment I'm strangely getting a lot out of the second one as well despite the criticisms on it. You probably might want to check out Max Payne, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and Devil May Cry if you enjoy this. Good games, horrible movies, don't watch them. Next time I'll be looking at a very cool Star Wars game, Jedi Outcast.